What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video, as you can see on screen, we are going to be talking about, once again, Fortnite Festival, because there's some pretty interesting news that came out just the other day regarding Festival and some stuff going on with, censorship in the mode, and how they might not be actually going as effective on censorship going forwards with some of the songs they actually end up releasing later down the line. Now, as you guys can see on screen right now, we have the 4 songs that are releasing in the item shop tonight, being Say So by Doja Cat, and then All by Green Day, we have Welcome to Paradise, When I Come Around, and Basket Case. Even over here, you can kind of see some of the older songs that are currently in the item shop as of right now. However, one thing you might notice about this older image is that on Olivia's actual song right here, Good For You, it has the explicit little thing in the bottom right part of the image, when in the item shop, that's not even there, because they do censor that song. It's something that I had a few friends point out to me, but I didn't think it was that important to make a whole entire video about. But after we got some news regarding the Green Day songs, I thought I would go ahead and make this video, because while censorship exists, one of the things that is known is in Basket Case, there are some references to, sex, there's references to the word whore, and there's references to, alcohol, being sober, all that type of stuff, and that is something that people were wondering, how is it going to be censored? Well, according to Epic Games over on Twitter, or at least one of the people who's kind of like the audio engineer for Fortnite Festival, they mentioned that Green Day will actually have a lack of censoring in the Basket Case song, with those type of words still in place. Now, the actual wording they actually used here was a conversation where someone asked if they're, or they just said that they're interested to see the censorship or lack of in Basket Case for Fortnite, to which someone actually replied by saying, lack of, we have brought hookers to the game. This video is probably going to get demonetized since I'm talking about this, so definitely drop a like, because this is probably the most odd video I've ever made. It feels weird to talk about this type of topic on this channel. But then they go on saying, someone else mentioning maybe adding something like the Rock Band explicit rating system, where there's options for like family friendly, explicit lyrics, etc., will be beneficial to the game moving forwards to avoid controversies. However, the actual person who's the audio engineer mentioned that there's already this type of system in place, where songs can have an E rating, a 10+ rating, or a teen rating, which affects how players can see individual songs. And I think that is an amazing thing to see. As you guys know, we've already talked before about how it comes to these different modes, like Rocket Racing, for example, how it has an E for everyone rating, and then if you go to your locker and go to some of your cosmetics, if you go all the way down, there are some cosmetics that are actually restricted from being used because they have too much of a scare factor going on, and originally there was a ton of cosmetics that was restricted back then, right? When they first released this, there was a lot being restricted. However, these restrictions also appear to go to the jam tracks as well, which is a pretty nice thing. I'm gonna have to mute my audio over here so that we don't actually hear anything in case it would show up, but all of these are disabled right now because of the fact that they can't be used in Rocket Racing. However, if one of these songs had explicit audio, you would have that exact same warning that you have over on the characters, which is like, hey, you cannot use this item in these experiences or whatever, you're unable to use this item depending on what your age rating set on your account actually is, which also makes it seem like in the future of Fortnite Festival and the future of Fortnite in general, they are going to modify the age rating system to make it so depending on what your age rating is in the game. So, if you have your account set to a teen rating or a 10+ rating or an E for everyone rating, depending on what your age is, maybe it's based on your birthday or something, you will still be able to use certain types of songs in different modes. However, there will be a layer of restrictions on top of everything where some people won't be able to see or use those songs. It sounds like a weird system to have in place, especially if you go into Fortnite Festival, the main jam track or whatever stage in Phil's mode, because it's like, how are you going to prevent people from putting that song on in Phil's? Is it just going to be disabled because someone in the party or someone in the game has their age rating too low, or will they just make them play a completely different song? We don't really know. One thing I would love to see them do though, and one thing that would make me super excited about Fortnite Festival, is if we had options, right? If depending on your age rating, you could have different types of censorships actually going on with the song. So for example, Basket Case, right? If you had an age rating of E for everyone or something, maybe it would censor certain words and things in there so that they could still play the song. They will just hear a slightly altered audio version of it, while people who have, that higher age rating or whatever are able to play the normal version that is going to be releasing in the item shop tonight. So it is an interesting thing where it's like, hey, we have some information regarding stuff going on with this mode and regarding how they're actually going to age restrict certain songs depending on your characters, or I guess your account age and all that type of stuff. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this actually works in theory and how it's going to be implemented further. And improved on over time so that we could get more songs like Basket Case in Fortnite, where it has those type of mentions and stuff in it. It has those type of things being mentioned so that you're able to actually play the mode and enjoy it however you want to. And I mean, even if we look over here in the actual teen rating, it doesn't have it anymore, but in some actual regions, if you change your rating or whatever else and you change how everything's looking, it will actually mention that one of the actual things that make it a certain rating is the mention of sex. They had to make a whole entire tweet on Twitter being like, there is no sex in Fortnite. And this is a weird topic to talk about, but that is something that, was probably mentioned in that teen rating system so that they could go ahead and release this Green Day track, right? Because it does mention that type of stuff. So with that said, a little bit of an odd video, I don't know, it's just the whole entire topic in general, right? It's a topic that I feel a lot of people are interested in, but it's also a topic where I'm like, a little odd to make the video on, so let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this, and until next time, I'll catch you champs and chambettes a little bit later with another YouTube video. Let's see if I get demonetized for this one or not. Peace out.